Welcome back from that short break. I hope you had a breather. I hope you, grabbed yourself a cup of tea or, a glass of water or juice, just like we already do on set. Well, before we left off, we were still talking about the, causes of women cheating in their marriages. And we talked about, as we left off, we talked about comparing your husband to someone else or your husband to your past. The intimacy that you had in your past, the relationships that you had in your past, the kind of care that you had in your past. And that is what we left off with. And that is exactly where we are starting from.
Women need to appreciate new management. Yes, new management is new management. It may not do like the former. Remember the children of Israel?
Yes.
When they're in the wilderness, they crave for watermelon.
They crave for
They had
grapes.
better grapes in Egypt,
That
watermelon.
Yeah.
As in, how do you wish to be in slavery because of watermelon? And I think to some women, yes, you may have your love nigga who used to beat you up, but somehow used to be a darling guy. Forget the former things. See what God is doing as a new thing. So, which I also encourage. Abstinence is very key, by the way.
Yeah.
If you abstain, one of the privileges you have, you're not going to compare your husband to anyone. But if you've been serving yourself left, right, and center,
Being very generous.
yes, you are going to compare in your mind and in your thoughts, and men are different. We may have some similarity as Christian men, but we're different. And maybe God may give it to you as a test. Ngagaiwo, mukama mkuwade, but the guy, and then you start remembering your days of slavery. Carry your cross and follow Jesus.
Carry your cross and follow Jesus. Another aspect is about provision. I believe in women emancipation, empowering women probably to be breadwinners, and we so much acknowledge the fact that today women are hustlers, today women are very creative, today women are breadwinners. But again, it should solely be at the back of any man's mind that I'm entitled solely to provide for my woman. Many families have been broken down simply because the husband has not provided well to the family. Bible egamba nti omuntu atasobola kulabirira ba mu nju ye mubi nnyo okusinga n'oyo atakkiriza ddala. You get? So you should work very hard, hustle hard, to provide for your woman, to provide for your children. So it's a reason
why some women are cheating. So that
yes, it's a very big reason, more so in our developing countries, and more so in this economy
even
we're
in Uganda, even in Christian families.
Yeah.
I have my OJ, not you. I have my OJ, and he cannot provide, either because he doesn't want to work, either because he's trying but
things are not adding up.
And there is this sweet Michael. Who can provide, who can give
dishing money anyhow.
And we have kids, tomorrow they're not going to go to school because OJ cannot provide. So I'll give him to Michael, and then I'll provide for my family.
The temptation is stronger.
The temptation is very stronger.
Yeah, but then we do not support that though.
We don't.
Yes, because at the end of the day, if your husband is not doing it deliberately, not to provide, but he's trying, he's showing you efforts of trying to provide, then that means you as a woman have to step up and help. Look for a job or do something and be able to help, like combined efforts. Yeah. But with a lot of
yeah, I'm seeing it.
Provision. Provision is very imperative.
Most women say tunali love, which is true. Money is an amplifier. You need money to sustain your family. That's why I think our parents are key on bride price. They want to see can you take care of my daughter? Are you willing to go this far? But it's still, temptations are always there in that line. Money.
Let's talk about intimacy, because this is something that we avoid talking about. I don't know if we as Christians chitugola, but it's the fact. Intimacy is a must in a relationship or a marriage.
Then can I shock you? Most Barokole men are not romantic.
They are not at all. That's why I want us to talk about it.
The whole thing of romance.
Chiringa cha son.
We are full of the Holy Ghost.
As it, when was the last time you saw your pastor working with a pastor and amkuteko muchiwato wa?
Ne muchala we. But they cannot do those things.
When was the last time you saw your pastor carrying the wife on the laps?
Surprising the wife.
Must it be public?
PDA is essential. Hey, I have a license to do some things, but of course I have to be considerate with the young people around. But the whole thing of intimacy has been demonized in church. Men are not romantic. They don't have romantic gestures. They are too scriptural that they
Too rigid.
They are
Just
moved
wants
from
to
real
find
life.
you in bed and maybe jump on you and that is it.
Yes, they're not even
No preparation,
Ah.
no nothing.
nothing. No, not even exploring your partner, what works for them. They don't even talk.
Yeah, they don't talk about
Some of them
those things.
even ask in tongues. Bashakaraka. Chara mugambe, honey.
What do you prefer? What is your preference?
I feel I'm a different generation.
Hmm.
I believe that God created love, and love is God, and things of intimacy.
And love is beautiful.
And love is beautiful. I think we speak one universal language, which is love. Whether you love God or not, God gave us love.
Yes.
So when we express it, let's not try to over churchnize it and make it so sacred and so you don't go out, you don't walk holding hands. You are into so many taboos.
And women love these
So the
things.
romantic gestures
Yes.
One of the things
are
that
very
can sustain
important.
us in a marriage
Gabriel
are
said,
those small
small
things.
gestures. Gula kapike
You know,
mukagabane.
appreciating me,
Small gestures are-
supporting me, showing that you really love me, you know,
Pamper me.
pamper me.
Kuta kuchigere ngokomyewo, even if you're a pastor. Bumasaji.
Yeah.
Masanyu. These are things you should prepare
Osanga
to do.
chimasanyo mu lukuba lwa spirit one nechikuwa hug.
Yeah,
Nechikulemeramu and you're like, bro, you know, but your man literally never gives you
Never.
a hug.
The hug they give is like a brother and sister
Hey.
hug, like hi, come here.
Rescue hug.
Rescue hug.
And while he hugs you, he's like, man, you're beautiful.
You're beautiful. Yeah.
And he means no harm. Or he's like, man, you smell so nice.
Looks on you and say,
Bro.
You can't escape that.
So Christian men out there, we need to style up. These Cairo boys are stealing our women. They are tempting them because they know the right vibe to throw. Then there's a thing in the same direction of over persistent men, overly persistent seducers or seducers.
Persistence
Seductive
breaks
men.
resistance.
Yes, men who have nicely kept beards, men who smell good, men who have the packs in the right places, men who are just like chocolate. You see him and like. Chigaye chiremera kumuchala.
Muchala, whoa.
You the husband, you look like you are a third grader. About what? Your research chats are not.
You look
And
like
to
a
make that
retaker.
as worse, you're broke,
You're broke. You
you're
don't
not
smell
romantic,
good, You're
you're
not
not
clean.
loving. I mean, what do I have?
So
I
a
mean,
woman, ideally, the temptations are so much. The way men are tempted by good-looking men.
women.
Yeah. So men, we have a challenge. Zinembuto zija, yes, we eat, but look in shape. Go gym. Get some stylish shirts. Look nice.
I'm learning a lot of things here.
Attraction does not stop at dating.
Attraction
Does not stop at
At
dating.
dating.
Constantly look attractive to each other. In that when you
Your-
look at your wife, you're not necessarily going to be there and was okay when onye. It is instant. Yeah, wow. Charawanga kuba. Stigira.
confession time, OJ. You're a married man. What are those kind of gestures you used to do and you still do them up to now?
Which gestures?
Romantic gestures. We are preaching the gospel. So
This is what
consult me
Masanyo-
on a one-on-one
this
basis.
is, yeah, I know. This is what Masanyo means. The things that you used to do in
Yes.
your relationship
Yes.
while you were dating, while the romantic things that you used to do, that right now in the marriage, that somehow you
amplify.
don't do as much or you do more.
Or you amplified.
I amplified. One, I think dating should never stop.
Mm.
I really recommend couples who still go on dates as husband and wife, because dating is knowing each other. It's as simple as that. Kumanyigana, kumanya muntu. To know someone more. You cannot tell me that you have been separate from this girl for 20 years and it only took you 6 months, now you know her. Constantly, even in marriage, have date nights. Whenever I can,
Away
I
from
go out.
children.
And going out is not necessarily going to Serena, to Munyonyo. No, have evening walks. Go window shopping together. Take nature walks.
Hold her hand.
Hold her hands.
You used to do those things.
Yeah, we used to do, and I do them. I take my wife out a lot on cashless dates and cashful dates.
And they mean a lot to us.
A night away from home. You're constantly in your same bedroom, same bed sheet, same everything. No, explore. It's not expensive to go in a hotel and sleep there with your wife. Remind yourself of your honeymoon days when you so desired. And also the thing of gifting. You gifted her in Wachamu dating her, you bought a phone, you bought what? Now that you're married, you feel like, we have arrived. There's no need of giving her this. So do that more.
Intimacy has to keep going.
Things to do with compliments.
Yes.
She's beautiful, yes. She knows she's beautiful.
Tell
But
her, tell her
Honey,
you're
honey.
beautiful. You're
Honey, today you're looking
And I have the right person on set to tell us
Yes.
those things
You
because
look
he is
more.
married. So
You look more.
here he is.
You look more. Compliment her in front of others, not
Hey.
just in the confines of your bedroom. This business of you in weddings.
Ah.
Tell her that's my wife. Please
Just
stand
right
up.
there.
Yes.
There are men in public. He can never say anything good about you.
Sure.
He can never say, you know, this is my wife,
lovely wife.
my lovely wife. Or he can never say, I
Because
love my
everyone,
wife.
she's so
You know,
beautiful.
and those men, even in their conversations, they're always referring to their wives. Yeah? So talk about those men.
I think I'm one of those men. Sikwewana, but
Clearly, you have been
clearly,
doing that.
my Bluetooth signal, my Bluetooth.
Bluetooth connected device.
Yes, I said it as a husband to Trudy. And it started out as a joke, but I think married men need to affirm more their women. Affirmation is a love language. Yes, you may not speak it, but it has power. One, you are safeguarding yourself. You're notifying everyone that, hey, I am comfortable with my choice, and this is my woman. And then to even the woman, they feel proud.
And confident.
And confident
in
that
you.
my husband believes in me, confides in me. This business of saying, I came with my wife, but she's where?
As if.
No, when they call you to give a speech,
I have my wife, but I
pick your
left
wife,
her home.
You come with them. If she's at home, say my wife sends you greetings. Say the word my wife more.
Yes.
More.
One,
My
wife. It's a way of letting the predators know to cheat.
I'm taken.
Mark territory.
Then men, these rings go off when they enter some places. They don't mention their wife anywhere in their conversations. They never give them reference. So even your status, when was the last time you posted your wife on your status?
Bayinza n'omuteekayo.
Bakaka bukasi.
Yeah.
Bababuuza tukuteeke
Women
ku
Bamala
status.
mukwatira mu gundi, bamala mukwatira mu bwenzi. And now
Bababuuza
he has to make up for
bababuuza
that.
tubateeke ku status, tubateeke ku mitima.
Byonna mututeekeyo, mututimbe buli wamu.
So believe in your decision, own it up, make it beautiful. Yes, your wife may be a plus size, but you desire the slim one.
Why did you desire a slim one and then went in for a plus
Yali
size
size
in the first
yali
place?
same size n'atabuka.
N'akyuka.
Nekimutabukako.
That day, kingdom,
Then you embrace that.
embrace. Like now, me, if it wasn't working out, man, I would be pregnant. But
Yeah.
we work out because, you know, we want to be physically fit.
Sure.
But just, you know, moving forward, cheating is a choice.
Yeah.
I want you to agree with me. Cheating is a choice.
It is.
All the things can happen to us. Temptations may be there, but you still decide. Okusula mu garage,
Ekikula
ekikula
motoka.
Motoka.
staying in a place where people are perverted, yes, you'll be tempted a lot, but you need to make a resolve and say, for me, I will be like Joseph. Even if it means running naked, nja kudduka nveewo. And the devil knows that you are sitting on a hill. So target people who are married. That's why married people are more caught in mubwenzi. Because you are sitting on a hill. The enemy wants to expose that the institution is failing. Tell me a single man who has caught cheating recently.
I know.
Yeah. But married people, you'll get all the media publicity. They will throw you there. They will. Now for women, because it's a taboo culture, they'll expose you, even if it was just emotional cheating, which is common. I think we didn't talk about that.
Yeah. While I come back to you, Masani, you're a
Yes.
church boy.
Yes.
And I've seen so many pastors' wives fall out of marriage, or maybe tubalabye babakwatidde mbwenzi obufumbo ne bufa and all of those things. And I know you've interacted with some of them.
Yeah.
What do you think, specifically for pastors, what do you think can lead a pastor's wife to cheating?
Well, that's a little bit sensitive, and I would probably be very careful
Careful.
to say.
But we have to talk about
Yes,
these things
very,
at the end
very
of the day.
careful, but rather deliberate and intentional to address it. Reasons probably pastors' wives
Cheat.
end up cheating
It's very rampant.
with pianists, guitarists, worship team leaders, all church guys.
Boda guys.
Boda guys, that's from you. One, I think it's because of the too much fixed schedule the men of God have.
Constantly on
You get.
crusade,
Constantly on crusades,
Media
constantly
tours,
on planes,
Bible
constantly
study.
in Bible studies.
deliverance.
And these are guys that are available. I don't know much about women, but all I know that whoever takes much of her time stands a higher chance of accessing her heart.
True. Very true.
Can I come again?
Please paraphrase it again for my
Whoever
sake.
takes much of a woman's time
Yes.
Takes
has a higher chance of accessing
Her heart.
her heart. And her heart could probably mean a lot of things in the context.
Proximity.
Yes, so these are the guys that are available. These are the guys that give them care and attention. And these are guys that speak from a level of submission to them. We address them as mommy, we address them as Muchala Musumba. The respect they accord to them, the time and the availability per se. You get, I think, attributes to that factor.
Same scenario with Potiphar's wife.
Yes, men of God deliberately ignoring
The right example.
their women. And again, we should also acknowledge that devil is an enemy of church. The Bible says, I strike
Kill the shepherd.
I kill the shepherd and the flock scatter. So always the pastors and the pastors' children and their wives are the major targets to the devil.
Yeah.
So I think that is how I would address
Let
it.
me just add on to that.
Yes.
Well, to our dear pastors, much as you're called to serve God, the God that you're serving is the God that gave you this responsibility, called a family, called a wife, called children. And so you have to take responsibility. I mean, you have to take care of them. They are under your care. And so if you say, I'm into counseling, I'm into Bible study, the ministry takes 90% of your time, then believe me, you're going to lose 1/2. You either lose your marriage or lose the ministry.
That's
and
right.
most likely, when you lose your marriage, you're going to lose
also goes.
the ministry. So striking a balance between the two and knowing that, you know what, God believed in me and gave me this family, that means I have to take care of them. I have to be available.
Then I want to believe that my first mandate is to my family, then to the church.
To the church.
That's right. That's the right order.
Yes.
I'll be judged
Family
by
and
how
ministry.
I handled my family before I handle my church.
Yes.
So it's okay to call in sick, it's okay to go and leave, but the problem is that this ministry are sole proprietorships, a one-man show.
But it's okay to train others. To mentor others into
ne qualification
leadership.
z'abadyankoni abadinkoni oba ababishop abalabirizi teri ali abulabirizi oba teri ali abudyankoni ng'ennyumba ye teri mu order ng'abaana bakulemye okufuga ng'amakaago yegeyege gayuga tosobola kulya bwa ssaabasumba because the example starts from your family. If you cannot take care of your family, if you cannot tend for it, you cannot lead it well, you have no business leading children of God.
Right? So, to the pastors, it starts from home. Give your first priority at home.
Yes.
And then you can be able to serve others. Well, those of you that are just joining us, we are on Living It Up, and we are talking about some of the reasons that cause married women to cheat, and women at large that are in relationships to cheat. And we've pointed out a few of them. If you're just joining us and you've missed the other part of the show, you can go on YouTube. We've streamed live, and on YouTube you can always catch the shows right there. Let's go to the way forward, because we've talked about so many things about cheating, the causes and all those things. So after cheating, you've cheated, how do you come out of there? Because cheating is not a permanent solution.
It's okay to because it's someone who has not yet cheated. It's okay to again. Someone has not yet cheated. The Bible is clear. Be transformed by the renewal
of your mind. Yes.
So it begins with the thought. Kill the thought before you start working on the effects of your actions.
Prevention is better than cure.
Yeah, it begins as a thought. In fact, there's a song by Lucas Murray. First comes the look, then comes the desire, then comes the touch. Wait a minute. You don't know that song? So it begins
First
with
comes the look,
then comes the
desire,
then comes the touch.
The touch, and then after the touch,
Then
wait a minute.
break it. So kill the thought. Yes, you may, like for us men, a woman bypasses and you look at her, and then there's this particular thought that enters you. Say double confirm by looking behind.
Cross check.
So kill the thought of the second check and say, and then you continue. So we need to safeguard our thoughts.
Yeah.
Who are the people you're surrounding yourself with? iron sharpens iron. If you're dealing in a relationship that is having challenges, don't be in the council of these salon women who say, ha ha, oya musajja, oya munaga tachi, ochali mwana mto. No.
I like that tone.
No. So be around women who tell you in the right direction. But look how much manetta. Omusajja ayenze.
Seek counsel.
Omusajja ayenze nga kibi nnyo. Katunakola tutya. Musokemu awole ebisenge. Like healthy counsel, but not asking for that. So for me, I think we could start with the thought partners, especially for the women, because for you, your things is normally bandwagon, peer pressure, we never saying online singers and
misleading us and
they have done more harm
who fight your battles.
So where do you seek your counsel?
Where do you seek your counsel?
Whom are you surrounding yourself with?
What are you reading? We have Google. Oh,
Mr. Google, sir.
Google has been approached more than any pastor in this world. How do you deal with a cheating husband? How do you? And there's a lot of poison. There's a lot of poison on internet. So avoid the content you are feeding with. Turn to the Bible. The Bible talks about forgiveness. I know it's hard.
It's a process.
Forgive. Yes, the guy has cheated on you. Yes, you have cheated. Forgive yourself.
Yes, the woman has cheated. Forgive.
I knew.
So if you work on the mindset, I think number 2 should be with presence. Your husband has got a job. He has been posted in Adjumani. You're in Kampala. Because you want to enjoy the Kampala life, you refuse to go with your husband
to accompany your husband.
Adjumani, because you want to be in a place where there is hotspot, there is Javas. So you stay here. But marriage to work, remember, we say the two of you have to be
intact.
Together. Yeah. Sacrifice. Go to Adjumani. This business of a safari, the guy comes back after 2 weeks and he services you for only 2 days, he goes back. No! Go where the service center is. Yes.
Masanju to you, Sebo. Over to you.
This, I should admit, this topic is has thrown me in the deep end. I'm a single guy, just speaking with a lot of experience because he's a married man.
And that's why we have him on set.
And he's a marriage counselor. I think that set is balanced.
Yes.
So as a single man, way forward, because I'm speaking as I'm addressing the future. If my wife cheated on me, if I found her cheating, be it emotional, be it physical, truth be told, I would be devastated. But again, as a Christian man, one of the things that I've always prayed to God is to give me a strong family. And as a man, I pledge to fully, wholeheartedly defend my family at all costs. And cheating is also part of that.
This episode of Living It Up is going to stay on internet.
Yes.
That we find you
beating a cheating
you're pledging in front of the camera.
Yes, so. I'm pledging. I think that is something that I can look past. Because if there is no sin that our Lord Jesus Christ cannot forgive, this is something that I would pray to God to give me the grace to go through and then keep my family together and make sure my kids are raised by that woman that probably cheated on me, and not to seek vengeance, because vengeance belongs to the Lord. So I would probably come through and keep my family together. That's my advice to self. I would forgive and forget because that is the only institution that we still have that is still strong and grounded when it comes to institutions that govern this planet.
If you're watching this show and you feel like you have burning questions or you have burning comments to send us, please send them through on our social media platforms, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We are everywhere, Spirit TV Uganda, and we'll be glad to read them for the rest of the people. And your advice as well. If you have been into a marriage and you have faced a cheating partner or something like that, you have an experience with cheating, send in your comment and we'll be glad that you contributed to this conversation.
We missed your take.
Yes, my take on
your
cheating.
Your husband cheats on you.
It is women cheating.
Women cheating.
Yes.
Now, before I even go there, this bit of making yourself available for temptations, I want to talk about that because I'm a woman. Most of the times we are victims of our own actions.
Yeah, totally agree.
you flirt with me today on you flirt with me, and I reciprocate. I send back a message, or I avail myself. For example, I know at my workplace there's not going to be anyone, and I know OJ is going to be there, and the rest of the guys are away. Why do I make myself available if I know I'm married or in a relationship? Available to come and just spend time with you.
Recipe for disaster.
You get. So I'm positioning myself to a very dangerous position spot, because I cannot avoid but cheat in the end of the day. Because he talked about proximity.
Circumstances.
The more you avail your time to this person, is the more you get attracted to them, is the more the temptation is high, is the more that you go into the action. So to the women out there, if your intention is not to cheat, or if your intention is not to cheat on your husband, then avoid the circumstances that can easily drive you into cheating. For example, avoid wrong company. OJ talked about that. Avoid wrong communications. If this person is communicating to you and you clearly see their intentions are to drive you somewhere, cut off the communication, and that way you will be safe. Tetua excuse into cheating. It is something that we prepare for it.
You go into knowingly.
So that means we have power to stop cheating as women.
And I think the whole cheating thing begins with pushing boundaries. It begins with, how far is too far. Can we go? Last year's party, you danced together with her, but you are some distance. This year's party, you want to advance. You touch.
You want to graduate.
You graduate. So you advance in Pola. The Bible says, not give the devil a foothold.
Because the moment you give a devil a foothold,
the whole entire body enters.
He takes the entire divan.
He's an elephant who says, I want some shelter. Let me just put there my leg. But how can an elephant seek shelter of a leg alone?
Or alone.
The entire thing will come in.
Yeah.
So
let me just flat. I'll not cheat.
And for me, this is what I've got to believe. God has equipped women with knowledge. You can tell the intentions of a man when he's as far as guru.
Very true. Even men.
Cheating. Interested in me.
Cheating. Yes. How much time do I give you? I know you're married. Why do I call you at 10 p.m.? Why do I text you? You know what you look for?
Let's agree to disagree. Women can tell intentions as far as Guru.
True.
She will not
say
he's seeking something. So why don't you terminate that journey? But you tolerate mpola kaya time akakueleza gamba thank you darling.
Akueleza yetane just breakfast.
The day your husband you're having issues, the devil has ways. The day you have issues in your marriage, this guy just slides into the right spot. You've lost your mother, you're busy crying like my husband should have been here, and guess who is there? Lo and behold, Masani.
I want to put a disclaimer. I want to put a disclaimer. You've ever used me as a specimen here.
You can defend yourself.
Masani, your way forward as we wind up.
My way forward. Yes, we are addressing cheating. The Bible says that such things should not even be mentioned among you. Make a deliberate decision today as you graduate from your relationship to marriage that I won't do anything that will jeopardize with my relationship and my marriage goals.
All right.
Choose not to cheat on that woman. Choose not to cheat on that man. Choose to raise your children in the right way, because cheating shatters the man, shatters the woman, shatters the children, the church, the community. Cheating, it is never a one-man decision. So whenever you do it, the repercussions are going to hit all of us. So how about you choose not to cheat on your spouse? That is my take. And it is possible, it is achievable. We have men that have done it, and we have men that are still doing it, and we have youth that are purposeful not to do it. Yes.
Those socials as we live.
We have excuses. I was telling Diana earlier on that two wrongs cannot make a right. And just because your man has messed up, you shouldn't mess up as well. Value yourself. Have this self-worth of like, what am I doing to myself? Will I recover from this? So to the women out there who are tempted to cheat, you can stand. You can be intentional about your decision not to cheat. I know that temptations will not stop. And once you overcome, you'll be more than an overcomer.
Yeah.
But after every temptation, there's another bigger one that comes. There's a constant testing. I have a belief system that every decision we make will be tested. When I made my vows, I made them to God and then to my wife.
Yeah.
And that decision has to be tested on a daily basis. I'm making 4 years, but I won't tell you it was easy. 4 years being faithful to my wife, but it's a journey of a daily struggle. You stay faithful today, another day, other things come forward. So make it a deliberate decision and be intentional about it.
Yeah.
I always leave here and I go home right away, not because I don't have places to chill.
You're marking your marriage.
No. Just avoiding circumstances
Yeah,
which
you're
you
right.
can't.
Avoiding situations.
Nightlife, or locally, you're in nightlife, not in the company of your wife. As in, these are total recipes. This is on social media stuff. Social media has created a world where we believe we know people before we know them. So if you see some stranger or a guy or your ex sliding in your inbox, cut all the ties. Cut those ties. So it's possible. There are men who are faithful, there are women who are faithful. And if your marriage has faced a challenge of cheating, seek help. Number one, the first mistake women do is to go open about it.
Well, it's been wonderful having you gentlemen. You know, wanganyo kuita gentlemen.
We are guys.
We
It's
are
been wonderful
guys,
having
yeah.
you, Ojay and
Yeah.
Masanyo, on
Thank
the
you
show.
for having me.
And I'm sure so many people have been blessed by the words that you've given them. Yeah. I know it's a sensitive topic to talk about. We avoid it most of the times. We don't talk about such topics in churches. We don't talk about such topics in Christian circles. But on living it up, we live life up and we talk about these things because they affect us every single day in our lives. Catch me up on all my social media platforms. That is Nema Diana. Nema Diana on all my social media platforms. And you can also connect with Spirit TV on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Spirit TV Uganda. For now, we are signing out, and Richard is coming through. Make sure to catch up the vibe, the dancing, the music, the party, and everything. The youths catch up with Richard right after this.